Hey, if you've ever thought about how can you possibly build a 7-figure business in the recession, well, I'm going to interview Michelle and we're going to walk you through the exact steps on how you can do it because she's doing it now. I've done it before and so many of my clients have as well, and we're going to help you do it. So I'm Craig Ballantyne. This is my girlfriend, Michelle. She's starting a online style and beauty program. And what it does is it helps people fix their style, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. And so what the first step is that we had to take in kind of figuring out what next to do was the first step you have to take. And that is know the prospect's pain. What are they struggling with? That's the thing you have to know. So Michelle, you're working with busy professional women who want to have more confidence and more success in life. What's their pain? Is it like they have a closet full of clothes, they don't know what to wear, or they don't have the clothes, or what is it?
A lot of women have a ton of clothes, okay? But a big problem is they don't know how to wear their clothes. They don't know how to combine. And a lot of people think, you have to have a lot of money to have a really great wardrobe, which actually isn't true.
Well, I got this shirt for free, and this is a great wardrobe. So obviously,
we're talking about busy women right now. Okay.
Right, okay.
So it's really about learning how to combine your clothes and to have those staple pieces in your wardrobe that you can mix and match with things. Because the truth is, you don't need a lot. You just need to be able to mix the right pieces together.
And so here's the thing: Michelle is an expert, a guru. She has spent 15 years shopping, like 15 years straight, I think, been to every store, tried everything. Exactly. So she knows her audience really well. And so she's going in and solving that pain because she sees it in so many of her friends that need help. Now, the next thing you need to do after you have identified the pain is what I did back when I started my turbulence training fitness program back in 2000. All right. So in 2001, I sold my first program on the internet. I know you're probably thinking that's crazy. Like,
You're that old?
Yeah. Was the internet even around back in 2001? It was. Now, I was a writer for Men's Health magazine. Every single day I was on the forums hearing from busy guys who were very much like Michelle's clients, busy women, because they knew they wanted to achieve an outcome, but they didn't know how to start. And they would moan and groan and be like so upset about, Craig, I want to, get back in college shape. I'm gaining fat, losing muscle, and I think I have to go to the gym 6 days per week, an hour and a half per day. So like Michelle's prospects, they had a misconception about what the solution was, where as an expert you come in. So the second thing you need to do when you're starting your 7-figure business or 8-figure business or 9-figure business is you need to solve the problem. Let's go to Sarah Blakely. So you know Sarah Blakely and Spanx? Right, of course. Sarah Blakely had a problem. She didn't like, what the heck was before Spanx? Like, what was she fixing? She didn't like, was it pantyhose or?
Well, she didn't like the way that her white pants looked.
Oh, okay.
So she wanted to
with pantyhose underneath or? Okay, got it. So she didn't like that. She had a problem. All these other women had a problem. She created Spanx, and I don't even know what it does exactly.
I'll tell you later.
I haven't worn any. So she solved this problem. And then she had to go out and get that problem or that solution available to millions of women in department stores. So that's what you have to do next. After you have identified the prospect's pain, you have to find an excellent, amazing solution, one that is slightly different from everything else out there. Now, Spanx was quite different. Michelle's is quite different. Mine is quite different. Now, here's the thing, is sometimes people are just going to buy you because of the personality that you put out on social media. That's why you have to do these videos so that you stand out and people will hear about your solution so that they'll go to the next level with you. Now, here's where so many entrepreneurs go wrong. They put hours and hours and hours into creating a video course or writing a book or even putting together a prototype that they're going to sell on Amazon, and they don't figure out if they can sell it first. So what did we do, Michelle, before you actually created the program? We sat down and spent a ton of time because we were going through Marie Forleo's B School as well. We did a ton of work on the marketing, and we figured out, okay, what are we going to do for social media? So list some of the things that we did about how we, put out that plan together with the Planoly and the calendar and all the posts. And we sat down and we actually used the ideal customer who we won't mention, but it was, somebody you knew. and walk us through how that marketing and selling before creating the program helped us make the best one.
I think the biggest thing is taking into consideration what's going on in the world right now and really speaking to that person. So, I mean, if you're doing content for, the next 3 months and then something happens like a crisis, you need to adjust your strategy and you need to be able to really still connect with that person. And maybe they're not going out every night on date night because the restaurants aren't open. So what are they thinking while they're at home and what are they struggling with? So it's really getting into that person's head and adjusting your content for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So enter the conversation in the prospect's mind when you're planning to sell to somebody. And the other thing, aside from what we did there with Michelle's content calendar, is for most of my products, what I'll do is I'll sit down and write 30, what I call 30 benefit bullet points. So if you go all the way back to 2013, when I was still in the fitness industry, and if you want to go on my other YouTube channel, you'll find a video that's been watched over 5 million times that was filmed back then, because I created a program that solved the problem, solved the pain, and I figured out how to sell it first before I created it. And that program was called Home Workout Revolution. It was no equipment, short bodyweight workouts done at home. But I thought, okay, I'm gonna write 30 benefits. This program will help you lose fat so that you have more confidence to take your shirt off at the beach. So let me walk you through the formula of that. Sit down and think about your product right now and write down 30 deep emotional benefit bullet points. So you can say, my workout program will help people lose weight. That's a benefit, but it's not deeply emotional. So they will lose weight so that they finally have the confidence to go on a dating site and find somebody because they just got dumped because of their weight. That's true. That's harsh to think about, but that's really why people are buying your product. So write down 30 of those. And here's the secret, is when you do 30 of them, the magic ones come from between 15 to 25, because the first ones are going to be boring, and then you're going to hit the breakthrough ones, which allow you to then go and create your sales messages and your content, because you're really thinking about the conversation going on in your prospect's mind about the pain that brought them to the point of looking for the solution. And so, Michelle, if we think, what's the conversation going on in your client's mind when they're like finally at the point where they're sitting in front of their phone or their laptop and they're on Google and they're going, I need to find a beauty and style expert to make over my closet or whatever it is. What's the thing that pushes them to that point? Is it just their frustration with their love life, being turned down for promotions? Like, what is it that really moves them to the edge?
I mean, it could be a mixture of things. It could be, like you mentioned, like they're looking for a partner. It could be that they want the confidence to ask for that promotion at work. So everyone's situation is a little bit different as far as their motives of what's motivating them to act.
Yeah, and absolutely. So you have to address every single one of those things, because when I wrote my program, I was selling it to men and women. So obviously there's going to be a few differences between men and women that I have to address in the sales letter, or video sales letter, or future content. Now, what you'll notice is that this is starting to sound like a bunch of work, and it is, but you have to move fast. One of the things I'm so proud of Michelle for doing is that she acts super fast. When I said we need to think about the content calendar, she had come up with about 30 to 40 ideas like that. She had already hired another business coach, because listen, you don't want to be coaching the love of your life as a business coach. It's just not a good fit. So she found one business coach, Marie Forleo, who got her started. And every single day we would watch a Marie Forleo video from B School, great program to get started, and we would do the work. And after I was done helping her, she'd continue to do the work because she knew she had to get her program out there. So if you're sitting there thinking, I really want to start a business, listen, the best time to start a business is 20 years ago. The next best time to start a business is exactly right now. So don't let anything hold you back, because every single day that you wait, hesitate, procrastinate, there's more competition coming into the market. And you have to be prepared for that and ahead of the game. So Michelle did all that great work. She acts fast. And so what drives you to act fast? Is it something about knowing that you have information that can help other people? Is it that you just get really excited about helping other people? Or is it because you know so many people in pain? Like, what's the kind of the driving force that gets you up every single day? And even on those days where, you might have not slept well or you were tired from the day before, what drives you to keep going and moving fast?
I see women making this mistake all the time, and it drives me crazy. So for me, it's really, I have a solution and I really want to help you.
Yeah, every single time we're like scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or something like that, she's like, oh my goodness, see what she did wrong here? And I'm like, obviously not. I don't know anything. Well, you see her lashes? And I'm like, I didn't even know she had fake lashes and all this stuff. And there's so many nuances because she's an expert. And when you're an expert like you are, like I am, like Michelle is, we just have this insane desire to help people. So my friend, client, business partner, Bedros Keuilian, started Fit Body Boot Camp in 2008 during a recession to prove that, yes, you can start a massive business during a recession. Today, it's over $50 million a year. And here's the thing, is that he saw all these personal trainers trying to build a business and they were not good at sales. They were doing these boot camps outside and looking kind of, as he would say, janky, all right? Janky. You don't want to be janky in your business. And they were not looking as professional as possible. So he figured out a solution to bring boot camps indoors not from in the parks where the park rangers and the police were like stopping you from doing your boot camps. He brought it indoors, professionalized the industry. It was a game changer. And he's a guy who acts super fast. He's, again, my brother, my mentor, my business partner. I coach him, he coaches me. And I remember one day he stood up at a mastermind where he and I invested to be in the mastermind because we take our own advice and get coaching. And he said, I take action like a mofo. And I was like, man, there is nobody that acts faster than him. I've seen him pivoting in this recession. I've seen him pumping out more content than ever while so many other people shrink back. So don't let that happen to you. You need to act fast because success loves speed and delay kills your dreams. So you got to keep moving. Now, one thing that you need to do is experiment more. So Michelle and I have been trying out new and different Instagram posts. And every single day we make sure we try something out. And every single day I push her to make video like these ones. Because if you don't do the experiment, you don't get better. So what would you say to somebody who's like kind of scared to do video or kind of scared to start an Instagram or start a TikTok or whatever it is that will get them in front of people? What would you say about moving fast or trying experiments and being okay with not doing something perfectly?
I think just basically putting it out there. And, it's if you think about the first time you learned how to read, you were never really good at reading, but over time you get better at it. So I know everyone says it, but just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. And more than likely, you're more judgmental on yourself than anyone would be watching you. So
absolutely. That's a really, really important point that, listen, you might get one critic, but for every critic that you get, you're going to get 10,000 or 100,000 people that love you and want your message. And here's the thing is that most people, like, think about this. When was the last time you went to Amazon and gave a 5-star review for a book you loved or a product you bought that changed your life? You don't, because nobody actually gives feedback unless they're kind of cranky about it. So think about that. First of all, go to Amazon and give a review for a product that you like. Give this video a comment and a thumbs up down below, and understand that some of my videos on YouTube have thousands of thumbs down. That one that's been watched 5 million times has 2,300 or 2,700 thumbs down. That's more views than most people have on all their YouTube videos, and I have more thumbs down. So don't be too hard on yourself. As Michelle said, you're probably more judgmental on yourself than you are, or than other people will be on you, and that's stopping you from moving ahead. Now, the last thing is, we've talked about how Michelle went to Marie Forleo and got B School involved, but she also just hired another coach, and she got what you really absolutely positively need in a recession or in any time growing your business is a blueprint. So you had a coaching call today with your coach, Alyssa Coleman, and tell us about how pumped up you are from having the blueprint and the guidance of a mentor.
It's everything. There's so many different directions that you can go as far as creating content. There's videos you can make like this, there's podcasts, there's all of these different dangly objects.
Yeah, distractions sometimes.
And one person says to do one thing, another person says to do one thing. So the most important thing is to hire a coach and trust your coach. So Alyssa and I created a plan for the next 90 days, and I'm super excited about it because I actually feel like, oh, okay, tomorrow I'm doing this because of this. And it leads to that bigger end goal. And, it's that goal, and we worked backwards. So every day, every hour, I know exactly what I'm doing, and I don't feel like I'm just writing this 4,000 word blog post for no reason because it has a purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you get your coach, they're going to help you either put together a 90-day plan or a 1-year vision or whatever it is. We do all of that stuff with my coaching clients so that we're able to, much like Alyssa helped Michelle, back it out to figure out what you need to be doing right now. What's the best use of your time? And the best use of your time, if you don't have a business, is identifying the pain and the solution. You have to do that first. If you've already identified the solution, you need to sell before you create it. And then once you've created it and you have the sales and marketing in place, then you need the exact blueprint to go and get it out there and start making those sales. And you need to make sales fast because, listen, I'll tell you what, from selling my first program on the internet on January 28th, 2001, I can tell you that changed everything for me. It gave me the confidence, and that's what you need too. Any other things you want to tell people to do, Michelle, at this point in their life? You know, it's a crazy world out there. We're in a recession. How can somebody else go and do what you're starting to do and do what, you know, so many of my clients have done, do what I've done to start that 7-figure business? What words of advice would you share with them right now?
Educate yourself. There's tons of online resources that you can have access to. Really look at the top 5 people that you really love what they're doing and just read their content. Try to figure out, you know, what it is that you like and what it is that you don't like. And then when you hire a coach, it will make it a lot more simple to pinpoint exactly your likes and dislikes.
Absolutely. Fantastic advice. Let's get going right now. So, like, if you like this little chit chat that Michelle and I had, I have another little video that's like a chit chat between you and I. And if you just click the link below, it should take you to the ballantynemethod.com. So that's where I'll go and walk you through the next stage you need to go through in order to start the 7-figure business. All right. So go to the ballantynemethod.com, drop a comment down below, share this with your friends. We love you. Michelle, thank you so much for being here and sharing your story, and follow us more for our journey on Michelle's 7-figure business.